Hello, happy birthday, June 6th, Geminis. And hello and welcome everyone who's tuning in for the card of the day for the next 24 hours. Now, I'm posting this on the 6th, around the 6th. So, I'm saying June 6th. However, you might see it a year from now, a week from now. So, just set the intention here for the next 24 hours. What message is coming up here for all of you out there in YouTube land? All right. So we have the Seven of Wands. Alrighty, my dears and my darlings. Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is a card that can come up when we're being encouraged to stand our ground or to stay doing what we're doing at this time. Sometimes it comes up to say, look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's no need to be extra right now. I've given the mascara analogy, and some of you are like, oh my gosh, totally. But if you don't wear mascara, it might not make sense. But sometimes you're like, just one more layer, it'll be perfect. Just one more layer, it'll be perfect. And then you get this clumpy mess and your lashes are all stuck together and gross. And you should have just left it, like you should have left good enough alone. So if you are working on something, it can come up to say this isn't the time to like overwork it, or this isn't a time to be extra in some situation. You're headed in the right direction. You're going about things in a good, solid way, right? There's no need to get super fancy right now for some of you on some things you may be working on. If you are in a situation where there's some kind of opposition, the Seven of Wands comes up to say, do not get dragged into the mud. You might have people who are trying to get you to lose your cool or to get upset so that they can go ahead and they can say, aha, see, I told you this person had a temper, or I told you this person was mean, or I told you that they, lack maturity, or whatever it might be. And so the Seven of Wands comes up to say, don't feel like you have to defend yourself or you have to explain yourself, because oftentimes you're dealing with a situation where they don't care. They're not trying to understand you. They're not trying to reason. They just want to pull you down to their level. They just, they want to get your ear so they can say something that's going to make you so upset that they pull you down into the mud with them. And so, again, don't feel like you have to explain yourself. Don't feel like you have to defend yourself. Just keep doing what you're doing and try to avoid distractions. Seven of Wands. I'm going to say something for you, for some of you, because it's what I thought of when I saw it. Like I saw a message in it for myself. And I'm just going to say this real quick for those of you who are supportive and who've been with me, or even if you haven't been with me since the beginning, but those of you who care, do send some good vibes my way. Do send some prayers my way, because I've been getting a lot of messages and signs that there's going to be somebody resurfacing in my life who I kind of refer to as the Joker to my Batman. So some of you may have somebody resurfacing soon, finding you, reconnecting with you. And so for me, the Seven of Wands is like, this is a situation. Do not respond. Do not respond. Okay? It's not going to do anything. It's not going to change anything. Um, whatever could be said has been said. Whatever has been done has been done. If you see the Seven of Wands traditionally, I did this with yesterday's card of the day. I'm going to do it again today right now. Okay, so here's like a traditional Seven of Wands. This is the Seven of Wands that a lot of you might be used to seeing, right? He's here on this hill. He's standing his ground. He's gotten away from the conflict. He's gotten out of the conflict. He's gotten out of the fight. But these people down here, they want to pull him back in, right? He's at a safe distance. But if they can say the right thing to aggravate him enough to where he just comes a little bit closer to that edge and he calls down or he responds, they can very easily hook him, hit him, drag him back down. So in this instance, this isn't someone who's coming to make peace or to come to an understanding. This isn't someone who has your best interest or intentions at heart. And this is someone who often seeks to drag us down or to, destroy us in some way. And it can be for different reasons. Some of you could be dealing with a narcissistic type personality, someone who doesn't want to see you succeed or be well or be happy. It could be jealousy, it could be envy. For some of you, it could flat out be low vibrational energy, somebody who's being influenced by darker forces or darker beings that don't want you to do what you're doing or to help people or to be in the light. And so this is saying just you're going to be okay, you're going to be fine, just don't engage. And so it might not happen in the next 24 hours, but for some of you, this is something that if you do have somebody resurfacing, they may say things, they may do things. I don't care if they show up at your house and they're knocking on the door and you're like, how on earth did you even figure out where I live right now? Do not engage, do not respond, because this is someone that's going to say whatever they have to say and do whatever they have to do to try to drag you down into conflict. And it's not something you need to give your time or energy to. So whether or not this is someone resurfacing, for some of you it could be something you're dealing with at work with co-workers or in a living situation. 7 of Wands says that you can overcome the conflict, you can overcome the problem simply by not engaging with it, by not giving it your time, not giving it your energy, not giving it your effort, and just focusing on what you're doing and just keep doing what you're doing. And that way, all can be resolved sometimes in a very anticlimactic way. And in this kind of situation, we want anticlimactic, right? We want things to be peaceful. We don't want there to be some kind of big blowout or some kind of a big tower moment. And so I do feel for a lot of you, you may already have plans to where you're looking for another job or you're looking to move, or you might already have it in your mind that if this person resurfaces, I'm not going to engage. You might already have it in your mind. And so just keep focused on that and don't allow this energy to pull you into negativity. There's no need to get in the mud. There's no need to fight. And sometimes we say that people only have the power over us that we give them, right? So this is one of those examples. This is one of those situations. If you don't give the people or the person the power to argue with them or to enter into this impasse or this butting of heads, if you don't give them the power to where you say, okay, I'm in agreement for this conflict, I'm in agreement for this fight, and you say, no, I'm not in agreement. I'm not going to agree to enter into conflict. I'm not going to agree to enter into a power struggle. This is something I do not agree to give my energy to or to let into my space. So it's just kind of having a nice, clear boundary and not having to get worked up, not having to argue, not having to defend. And just keep focused on what you're doing and keep doing what you're doing. Okay? Now, that being said, I don't want anyone to worry about me. I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. I have a feeling. I know. It's kind of something that we all have karmic things we have to work through. We all have karmic people that we deal with, and I feel very confidently that when this person resurfaces, this this is the last time. I feel it in my heart and I know it. This is the last time. And like I told you guys, it doesn't have to be a big blowout. It doesn't have to be drama. It's just simply choosing not to engage and letting the wind, out of the sails, just letting it fizzle, just letting it run out of steam on its own and not giving it power. Alrighty, my dears. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. You may want to check out the weekly forecasts if you haven't already. Those are linked in the description of the video. Love readings for June are linked in the description of the video. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that will take you to my scheduling page. calendly.com/amethystangelite. Maxie's barking in his sleep right now. I don't know if you guys can hear him. He barks in his sleep sometimes. He's doing so much better. We've switched over. I keep saying we, it's just me. I don't know why I felt like a Bob Dole thing going on. But I switched over to cooking for him, like home cooked foods. I finally found some ratios and stuff because I wanted to make sure I had the right ratios of protein and organ meat and starch and veggies and all that good stuff. And he is just so much better in just a few short days. I can't believe how much he's improved. One more thing, it's unrelated to the reading, but those of you who do have dogs, one thing that I came across that I didn't know, and I was really upset, and I'm kind of upset with myself. Apparently, if you buy dog food and it says formula, it means that it only has 25% of whatever is set. So I was giving him lamb and rice dog food. It said lamb and rice formula because he's allergic to chicken. And silly me, it didn't cross my mind to read the label. But after I switched over his food and I'm like, wow, he's doing so much better. And I didn't put chicken in his food that I made. Sure enough, one of the ingredients in the dog food I was giving him was chicken byproduct, and I was like, oh, that's my fault. I'm responsible for that because he's allergic to chicken. So if you didn't know that, and if you do have a pet that has allergies, if you're buying something thinking, oh, this is good because it's not, a certain ingredient, chances are it still might be in there because it only has to have 25% to qualify as like a formula. So I did not know that, passing that on to you guys. But thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous day ahead. And check out the weekly forecast if you haven't already. Be well, my dears. Bye.